attacks, or their T side that will allow for good A attacks.
I think Optic's train is going to be much better than their nuke was, certainly. I think that T side isn't going to be as lacking.
It's going to be 16-14, Jason.
I predict a riot.
This is a 16-14 game.
Freiburg didn't even take a shot. He's going to go back for more, though. Alu's put out of the fight. Good kill from Freiburg, but he's traded.
He died. Gale's running on top of the trains. Seeing some nice headshots here in this pistol round, as you often do in a pistol round. Nekez has gone to rescue the bomb. He needs to collect it before they see it. And now it's got.
Yeah, he has no real options, though, does he? No utility. He's got armor. And unfortunately, I think the Optic, all they have to do is set up far away from the bomb sites. At this point, it's almost like, as well...
Block 18 in my Rari.
Oh, all three of them are outside. That's unfortunate.
Rari workout.
Oh, he was spotted.
Ooh.
Ooh.
All right.
Hello. Goodbye. Optic, that's the start I needed, especially after the struggles in the previous map. They want to get off with the right foot forward. They don't want Uncle Freiburg shouting at them anymore.
He did say he's been harsh as an in-game leader, didn't he?
Yeah, which isn't a bad thing.
No, it's not.
I like the honesty. It's better to just be like, yeah, I'm screaming at my teammates,
but
as opposed to trying to hide it.
We all know Freiburg is like one of the nicest people ever. I'm trying to imagine what Freiburg would be like if he was being harsh.
I can totally imagine it.
Can you?
Yeah, absolutely.
Okay.
I'm not saying I can imagine him being, shagging people, but in the sense that, like, I can see he's got it in him, but he's, you can see from his demeanor if you talk with him in a casual environment that he can be assertive if he wants to be. He's got the right kind of personality. He's not going to stand for no crap. Goodbye.
Yeah, you can be a good leader, be a nice guy, be assertive. Now Magisk is going to be able to assert nothing except his body on the cold, hard concrete of the B train yard, where the bomb now is ticking away. Now they're able to easily pick up a kill there as he approaches. And generally speaking, for Luminosity, the job has mostly been done here. They've gotten the plant. An additional kill would really be fantastic. Also close, but denied ultimately for PKL. No pick for PKL.
Dangerous scenario, though. They almost were able to turn that one around. They were able to push down the lanes. They were able to get aggressive without taking too much damage. It was just a one-for-one trade. So some other things go their way, and maybe they turn that round on its head. But like you said, the plant was the initial goal, and that's accomplished with one kill. So not too bad, all things considered. Alu is going to have the AWP. Interesting to see Mixwell opping on nuke. I'd love to know if that's something that they have just seen in practice. Is Mixwell as an opper, his style more geared towards nuke than Alu's?
Mixwell was an awesome opper on the train as well.
Yes.
He was a really good AWPer. But Alu is also a really good AWPer.
Mixwell is definitely much better than the rifles. I guess that'd be the major difference. And also his aggressive AWPing is better. That's for sure.
Yeah, he has an engaging, well, a style which is engaging to watch. I like watching Mixwell with an AWP.
I like watching with the rifle, to be fair.
Yeah.
There we go. Nice shot from Alu. Shore up the defense.
Doing his job.
Only one player inside. It's Magisk. And he is waiting. There's the bomb down from the upper ramp, and he even knows where Nekez is. And Nekez realizes he can't really get to the bomb safely, so he's got to find some other way to try and do something. And that's awkward. It's not going to happen. Mixwell drops him like a sack of potatoes, and it's a quick 3-0.
Well then. Well then, well then. Yell has a AWP, a sniper rifle. I find it's easier to refer to it as a sniper sometimes. For the sake of the new viewers. Quick Molotov into the Pop Dog will force the T's out once again. It's nice when you see a running pop flash off E-Box into the ladder room from a CT. I still need to practice that. Been away for so long. Can't wait to do that when I get home. People will be like, hey James, why don't you meet up? I haven't seen you for ages. I'm like, yeah, I've just got to practice this flashbang off E-Box.
I don't even talk to my friends when I go home these days. Just like, I know I'm going to need at least 3 days to reset. I don't even tell him I'm playing counter. I'm just like, yeah, I'm gonna hibernate. Turn the phone off. Well, some decent chip damage done to Luminosity here. PKL down to about half. Cello down to, I don't know why I keep doing that right now. Cello down to 76. The op is in position though. And there's the pop flash. Freiburg is completely blind. PKL is going to be the first one. He's turning the corner. He does win the initial fight. HS has backed up his teammates though. That's a couple of kills there that should take some of the danger out of this hit, but his movement is now restricted with Freiburg's death.
The positioning here for the T side is not too horrendous. They've got a lot of space to work with. They're going to try to wrap around the train to find Alu. Yell on that position. The shot missed from Alu. Looks pretty on to me, but the game disagrees. And Nekis will remove Alu from position. That will allow the plant potentially. But here is a surprise flank coming down to Magisk, able to get a lick of damage on Yell also. Yell able to find the advancing HS now as he looks for the follow-up. And there it is. Nailing Magisk, and that will be the round. Really good clutch there from Yelp.
That shot from Alu, he was moving. He was still moving forward. So that would have been the kill that probably sealed the round as well. Unfortunate for Alu. This was really nice from HS, and just a tough position to be in as well as the defense starts collapsing around you. That was a great alley take from Luminosity, trading the whole way through and also blinding Freiburg on the initial hit so that he couldn't do anything.
Luminosity moving through the halls. There's so many targets. If there are some shots into that window, you do wonder. So the shoulder peeking continues.
See,
spot.
That's the importance of the shoulder peeking as well, because this time, I mean, obviously, if he dies, it's different, but he's found when they exactly come into box halls, and that causes the rotate immediately. So that's what you need the shoulder peeking for.
Understood. And it's going for a nice HE, which may even block people. It does significant damage. Showtime falls to the flames. Grenade towards default, and there goes Nekis. Magic's boy's grenade or gunfire will be followed up on. And that gives Optic command advantage. We've got HS coming to the flank. In the meantime, Freiburg will go for the full spray. Good for the one kill, not the second one though, but he's left Cello on 4 HP. Trying to dance around these trains. HS may have been heard. Coming in from the back. PKL's got a nice angle, but HS will sweep him in the face. Cello 4 HP. Oh, that's a lovely shot. The Molotov is down. The bomb is surely too far ticked. Ali will get a nice shot. He's got no kit though. He's got no kit.
There's no time for this. There's no time.
What the hell?
That Glock shot was stellar.
Oh, he's going to die.
4 kills for Cello in that round. That would have been the ace if he was able to get that.
Thought he was going to as well. Looked pretty good. Looked much better for that than the previous kill that he got.
What was that?
Holy moly.
He's just thanking his lucky stars right now.
Holy bananas.
But he's done us a favor because Alu's got the R8.
All right then. What is Ali got to offer in this one? Yell. Time to leave.
Yeah.
There it is. They set him up for it. It was a team effort. They enabled him. He's going for AWP. Oh. Go on, go on. Oh!
That is so awkward. Oh my god, showtime.
I like how he refuses to use the right click whatsoever.
Yeah, he doesn't know about it.
It is wildly inaccurate in comparison, but, I mean, at close range, you can get some mileage out of it.
How fast is it? Can you spam it?
You can spam it, yeah.
It's
Yeah.
pretty cool.
Or like, dush, 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 or a bit slower than that.
Douche, douche.
Dush, dush, dush.
Yeah.
Okay.
Maybe even a bit faster than that.
I haven't studied, but I feel like it would be the same speed as like a Deagle firing as fast as you can fire a Deagle.
Yeah, maybe the same or similar.
Deagle fires fast.
I think it would be a bit slower than a Deagle when you're spamming the Deagle like as fast as possible.
Well, this is a really nice round from Optic, obviously. Some early trades there, and they've gotten themselves in great positioning. They can't even really go eliminate that player in ladder room because there is a player in bomb train looking for exactly that. This is the only play that Luminosity actually has open to them, which is just walk all the way down, see how long it takes to get spotted, and it's all down to timing. That player in the back halls can be huge. That should be a free kill, and it is. A Deagle from Freiburg, that's a headshot onto Cello. He's even going to take more show time. He's trying to spin around, trying to react appropriately. 15 seconds, and he's going to stick the plant, but Magisk is coming up with the op. and he's gonna get it. It wasn't Prep. It was Prep. He wasn't. I don't know who got that. I don't know where that's from.
It's like Jason has lost his mind.
Yeah.
Just acts normal.
This is what happens on game 10.
It's normal.
Well then, 4-2 Luminosity, despite the plants, not in the best of places. Pistols will be purchased, but there's no grenades, no flashes, not a single flash. So what is the goal here? What goal can we identify for Luminosity? They've all bought a pistol, but not one flashbang, not one flash to go over this hole above the B sign that goes into the B bomb site. It gives little to no warning of a flashbang coming. It would make it just a little bit easier to. I mean, you can throw it afar and blind Aliu at the very least, but okay, that's one way to do it. But they're not committing. The bomb isn't close.
When all your theory crafting is ruined by one nice deagle shot.
The Deagles are the ultimate sort of like equalizer in that sense, is to the whole theory.
I wish my deagle worked like
thing.
that. That's all I say. Is the Magus not seeing through the smoke? Actually got into the bomb site. Gotta try and cross. Okay, now we've got ourselves around.
Magix has not been having a good day.
No, he's not been, has he?
He's definitely not been having a good day. Mixwell, on the other hand, is Mixwell. And looks like everything will come under control. Neck is on for more Deagle frags. Only one more required, or an M4 will do the job as well. No Kevlar, no grenades, nothing. Just
no life.
Just gives all the sound cues away to Mixwell, just running, which seems a bit crazy.
It's a hard call to make, right? Like
I
I
mean,
can
you
sit,
have to go deep for the bomb, but
yeah, I could sit here and say you should call his bluff, but there's no real right or wrong answer there.
No,
It's just
no,
kind of
no.
how you play it, isn't it?
Yeah.
Regardless, expensive round, and they get the bomb plant, which is huge. So they have the money of Optic Gaming on a reset level, which is obviously very nice.
Nice. Get a flashbang in there, man. Just buy a flashbang. Do it for me. Do it for James Bardolph.
Sorry to James.
He
Sorry
needs
to
it.
Bono.
He needs it.
Aggression in towards ladder again, and this is a much less complex tactic coming out of Luminosity. Oh.
Timing, oh my god.
That's some information, though. No one's rotated from Optic. Just now starting to hop on his horse is Mixwell.
Could have been so much. Could have been beautiful.
They're rotating too, so they respect the information. But
Yep.
Luminosity can set up the double back.
Yeah, the tough part is they're paused here, and they're obviously going to wait for this push. You can see Yell zoned in on it. But as long as Magus doesn't peek, he could really stop this tactic later on. And he's going to peek anyways, and they'd given it up. Great timing for him. He sticks around for another fight, trying to get his way back. The tough part is Luminosity gets that first pick, and it's kind of like you could actually go back, but since they had 4 players there, they don't really have a whole lot of control. They just have 1 player elsewhere. So, sticking with the original plan, this might be a small fake towards the outer bomb site, just some smokes, and 1 person coming out mid for presence.
What is PKL doing then? Well, he's miles away from his teammates, and they're moving into B before he makes a play towards A. He's in fact rotating now, but maybe it's all come too late. Mixwell, the time is on his side, not the opponent's. And that's a great play, trying to get a spray transfer in. There goes Yell. PKL only just now making it into the B bomb site. He's going for the kill, but he has to plant the bomb. It's 1 versus 2. Plant the bomb. Just about time, but the high ground player is coming in, and he's not going to look for him in time. Freiberg will finish things off. Not cheap for Optic, but timing was a bit off there for Luminosity, it seems.
Yeah, nothing's been cheap for Optic in this game. Again, they're going to be forced to buy up pretty much to the same level they're at now. Luminosity just has to be able to turn one of these rounds, and you can see there as the money comes in, it's not an ideal scenario. So double op setup is going to come out for the Optic side of things, and they're just barely hanging on in some of these rounds. But I think this one will be kind of them. I think it's going to be back to CZs, back to some Deagles. So a chance for Optic to stabilize just a bit.
Yeah, so, I mean, it just pivots on them not getting wrecked by Deagles, which seems to be somewhat of a trend. Magisk again has not been having a good time. Oh my god, Magisk got...
Oh, this is not
wow.
good. This is not ideal.
And with the M4 picked up from Magisk, Ali dies with it as well. He's a liability right now.
Spicy, spicy man. There goes Nekas. He had an AWP. Now they've got to at least get the bomb planted, and it's not going to happen. Papa Freiberg. Thanks, Mr. Freiberg.
Freiberg for president.
He'd make a great president.
You guys are talking absolute nonsense now. Let's be honest. Let's be honest. 5-round lead for Optic. See how it continues. Both teams with a good buy. Yell looking to open things up towards the IV position. In some previous games we have discussed the importance of IV control for both sides. Pop flashes, but there is no aggressive play, but this will slow the T's down because they don't know that. They could be 2 people, they could even be 3. But Freiberg is just teasing them. In the meantime, Cello will maybe try to draw more people towards the B bomb site, but they'll stay with only Magic's boy there. They are non-believers. They've got HS around ladder room though. Freiberg trying to counter the utility of the T side with a reaction smoke grenade. And Yell will move away. His time is being wasted. It's a bad interview.
Optic has great positions. I mean, they have that player in ladder room. They've got one towards the inner bomb site, and he's not even doing the shoulder peek. He doesn't even care about the information whatsoever. So they're trusting him, and actually just now they're starting to rotate one back just to help him out. But as long as this ladder room position goes untouched and there's no one above ladder, I think Optic's going to have a pretty clean round, all things considered. Oh, sweet Jesus.
Nades are in quick, and so is the first kill. Ali poured out completely. Nice tap from Nekis. And it's all over, it seems, because everyone's dying without any fights.
That was a dirty execute. I was dead wrong on a clean round for Optic.
The weaker, the strong, you got to go on.
Did Luminosity throw a smoke that actually blocked off ladder room? Is that what I saw? Because I saw the smoke at the entrance.
I saw one in connector, but I'm not sure about ladder room.
So I'm wondering if maybe Luminosity just said has a smoke to block off ladder room, so they can let someone be in there and just be useless.
It might be actually the way he was lining up one of those grenades from outside, but I'm not 100% sure. It's worth review. Maybe we'll see it again. Magic's boy will not be able to survive, so Mixwell will be the lone ranger here. So there's a smoking connector. And that's the end of the replay. 7-3. Shortcomings in the buy from Optic now. The UMP onto HS. Adu with a second AWP. Okay, he had a USP for a very long time, so I did wonder.
Luminosity's been so close to breaking them a couple of times throughout this half. At some point, they just need to get it done. You got to feel for them. They know it's close. Deagle and CZ on Freiberg and Magisk. The breaking of the windows, a time-honored tradition.
So waiting for that smoke to dissipate. See if Optic going to make any plays around this position. Ooh, and the Battle of the Orbs is won by Yell. That's a really important frag. It's a really important position to actually find yourself having success on. Win alley, win train. Launders once said. Let's see if that's the case here for Luminosity. Oh man, smacked in the face by a smoke rudely before being shot in the face.
In the face.
Now Mixwell has to do it all alone. AWP sees 2 players up on top of the train, pressured on these shots, but finally taken down. Magisk late to the scene.
Yell manages to survive that one. Yell is he is a good aggressive sniper. knows everything. He knows all. So Optic have been broken. They have been broken. Ah, there we go. Nice.
Is that what it was?
Yeah, it was a smoke into the pop dog.
A lot of teams are coming up with pretty creative ways of neutralizing that position. The smoke that we just saw, and also the double stack drop down that Liquid kind of made popular that I've seen a lot of teams start using now. No flashbang for this play. Part off.
If you're going to give it to me raw. That's what Method Man said. There we go.
It's worked out here for the CTs. Kill and a gun. Magic's the sacrifice. Poor Magisk.
Listen, no matter how bad his day is, it can't be worse than Dennis's between the tweet and then getting knifed.
That's true. That's true. If you guys missed it, Dennis is having a bad day.
He's it's more than a day. He's not in a good place.
Sending good thoughts, good energy to Dennis.
Thoughts and prayers?
Always a big fan of Dennis. He deserves better. He deserves more. 4-on-2. And the 2 isn't great. Freiburg will probably die in this round trying to rescue something. More of a salvage than a rescue. Looking for scraps. The wide peak is not going to be enough, unfortunately, for him. And the LG, they're paying off their debts.
Terrorists win.
They are paying off their debts. HS desperately holds on to an AK. And that means he can drop an AWP in this round.
Good, clean stuff. Yes, so 5-7 now. Luminosity with impact. And Yell's going to have... They have a lot of money on that T side. I think this is the first real gun round we've seen Optic Gaming not have an off. Don't quote me on that.
Surprised he didn't drop in a sniper rifle. I guess he prioritized grenades. It's curious, but it is what it is. 2 plays towards Ivy for the T's, but they've got nobody focused on main. They may... I mean, they know they don't have anybody there. They know this is possible, but I'm sure they'll go back at some point to check it. But will the timing favor them? Doesn't seem like it will.
Oh dear. Hello, Maxwell. Get some good info there. Not an easy fight to win at such a range. Things get really inconsistent. Howdy though, he's going to find himself to backstab the bomb there as well. This is going to be really stressful for Luminosity to try and just like, sort of figure this situation out effectively.
Mixwell and Alu are just a wedge between these two factions of the attack.
Interesting. I'm fairly sure that the wood panel that Mixwell just jumped on might be the same one that used to be on Old Inferno, and you could jump above the emo spot by sliding up it.
This is such a hard position to be in Freiburg to communicate properly what's happening, because you don't know exactly where they've gone, but you know you don't have intel. You can't even see where they've gone. But Magisk, as long as he's got just a tiny bit of luck in this round, and he doesn't at all. There's no luck.
He's not going to get any luck.
It's just one of those days, isn't it?
Yeah,
he could have
much.
stopped the bomb from coming in. He could have killed at least one person on the upper ramp. This could be a completely different round.
Yeah.
And the timing didn't work with him in 2 different ways.
I mean, the reason I know is because we've all had this day. We've all been there.
Yes, we have.
We all know what it's like. But I mean, it's not just this round too. I mean, there's been other rounds too, where basically it's Luminosity have been able to get in because he's had a situation where he gets less than expectation on his positions, playing that in a bomb site. So it's been a hard battle for Magis. We'll have to see if he can somehow recover towards the end of this game, or maybe even towards the middle, because we're entering the middle part.
Yeah, I'd say this is about the middle of the game.
So let's see if they can make some progress there with him. But also, this was a really cool round just because the positions the CTs were in is very rare to see that. Money on Luminosity is amazing, so that's never going to be a worry. It's 2.5 rounds left. And Optic are going to save one just to be able to buy fully in the last round of the first half. Make sure they can get that 8-7. Play for that. But this could have been a much bigger half for Optic.
Yeah, I mean, it was just... It was bound to happen, it felt like, because
Yeah.
Luminosity had them at the breaking point, like 2 or 3 rounds that they lost, and then finally, when they had it, when they did break the economy, it's just Luminosity's just never looked back. They've just been riding that wave, haven't they?
Yep. And it's some great work from Yell in particular, because of his ability to just what he's done on the bomb sites, but also the picks that he's won towards Ali has also been very impactful in some of the rounds that have been won. I think Yell is the common bounce strength for Luminosity. His AWP work is quite good. I definitely think he's improved from last season.
No, this is a much better Luminosity than I've seen in past seasons, for sure. This is really cool.
And it seems like with that improvement at Yell and sort of how Showtime and PKL have been lifted a little bit, but also having Cello and Neckers is just sort of the right sort of players to speed up the team. And they're playing some just generally better Counter-Strike.
Yeah. Would you say this is the second best team in Brazil now?
Yeah.
After Immortals?
Yeah, there is no Immortals right now. So
we don't speak of Immortals.
So yeah, I mean obviously it depends what happens with the new team of Kianji. You still want to say that, do you?
I do kind of.
Kianji. That's what you're supposed to say. Kianji.
Is it?
Yeah, that's what it means. That's what it is. That's what it is. I'm right, am I, James? Kianji?
It's more J than G, I think. You're saying K and G, basically. You might as well be saying KNG. I think it's Kianje or
Kianje?
along those lines.
Kianje.
Yeah, always sounds African.
Anyway, Jason, you're supposed to say that.
Okay.
You heathen.
You can't even say it properly.
No.
Who's going to take the last round? HS sees some harassment, but a minute mark. They can take it slower than this, Luminosity. So by no means is it a confirmation of intentions. Just a show of force. Like North Korea's missiles. The T's though, they are moving into the A site. That's a very important second kill from Alu. Close to the third, but Cello will rip his face off. It's a 2 versus 4, however. 40 seconds for Luminosity to rectify their issues, but it won't be easy. And it gets even harder. And now it's impossible.
Yeah, there it is. The 8-7 was indeed what Optic got. They played for it, and now they have it. So there you go.
But I mean, look at how these rounds played out. There were those 3 defuses that LG lost that brought the money very, very low, kept it low, and then it was a 4 or 5 round win streak there, 5 I think, that they got eventually once they found the reset. So doing a very, very good job of breaking Optic's momentum and then riding the wave of their own into a glorious crest.
Wow,
5 rounds.
that's a powerful phrase. That's a powerful sentence.
Yeah, painted a picture, didn't I?
A powerful picture was painted perfectly by the poet, Jason. Your name needs to start with P now. I'm sorry, I should have called you Payson. That's your name now. Showtime. Backing away from those close ranges of the ramp there just to avoid any untoward accidents. Any mishaps. There's no insurance in Counter-Strike. No claims to be made. Nice distance here for PKL. Able to get himself some good taps off and frag for him. Oh wow, just trying to run straight into the connector position with all the CTs out there. Not going to be a good look for Magisk.
No, but fair play. He's trying to follow the strategy through to how it's supposed to go. Just doesn't work out there. There's a nice pick from Freiburg. Another secondary pop flash coming out, but it's all Showtime and the USPs, and Freiburg is trapped. He's got to hope for a lot of luck. And I don't know, I don't know if that's like the smoke that Magis thought was being thrown, but that had a big gap in it on the left side for the CTs, the right side for the terrorists, where, you know, if that smoke is... Actually, I don't even know if it's not necessarily possible, but, you know, you have USPs, 2 USPs that can shoot around that gap. And that becomes very, very difficult for the terrorists to push up, because the range is still there.
James is doing a workout next to next to us. You're right, James.
I am waiting for my Asmus to go. That's what I'm doing.
Ah.
We'll get
Good
it
luck.
back.
Good luck. Best. Oh, that makes me want to cry. Actually, that was horrible.
That is a meatball and a half.
No one deserves that.
That's almost 200 damage.
No one deserves. Oh, they get a bomb. Oh.
Show me the damage. Show me the damage. 260 damage.
Whoa, that's not bad.
It's good stuff.
Outstanding. That is outstanding.
Oh, that's nice.
That's got to be one of the highest damage grenades I've ever seen. If not the highest. I can't talk right now.
We got you. We'll take care of it, James. Dan?
Right, yes. Pop flash there for the wrap, for the inner position, but it's going to be a fast play down through Pop Dog into the A site. Charlie trying to get up close and personal, but it is him who will die thanks to Mixwell. Up on top of the train here, this level of confidence from Mixwell, standing large and in charge there on the train, will be taken down by Yell. That scouting prowess, the expertise is good. Going forward, so the bomb is down, it's 3v3 after plant.
Oh, damn, this is a dicey situation up on top of the train. It's too slow. Alu gets spotted out. Showtime takes him down, and it's all on Magisk. This is the power position. This is how you put them into submission, and it's perfect so far. He gets landed, he drops, he readjusts his position, but Showtime wins that. Magisk can do nothing, and it's all on Freiburg. There's no kit. I think this is a tick too far, actually, even if they were to get this kill. DKL does have a kit now. He's got to get on the bomb, and he's got to rely on Showtime. It's not going to happen. Inside the smoke, Freiburg's gonna find it. Boom.
Denied. It's actually really annoying when that happens, when you win the round and you die just before the round goes into the next one, transitions over, and you have to spend all that money again.
I think it's a glorious way to go out. Ride the victory.
It's the explosive victory.
Yeah. I mean, it sucks when you have to rebuy.
If you could, like, maybe if there was like a satisfying, like, sort of ragdoll thing, like you go flying in the air, maybe, but...
The explosion is like the exclamation point on the clutch that you just won.
I like that.
Look at this positioning outside. Player in Olaf's spot is going to be... When does he make his move? Who is that? Alu? Unfortunately, he's only got... Oh my god, that is just not prepared for that. Freiburg just swings out,
Wide.
side swipes him. A hip check, if you will.
That was wide, man. Wider than the roads in America.
I want to know what the indication was for Freiburg to do that.
Well, it's being held down by Optic here so far. They're doing a good job. No real way back in this. You can't really entertain the idea of 3 coming out of Pop Dog. That's not going to happen, so they're going to back away.
What was the read that Freiburg just said, all right, now I can just swing out as wide as humanly possible with no care in the world?
I don't know, their confidence that they can play every map, every position.
I'm wondering if it's like he told everyone to go, and he was like, all right, this is where we get. No one did it, so he was just like proving a point as the leader, as his team. I've seen there have been other like other instances where I've actually watched that happen. You can like tell from the way someone like changes their playstyle for a round, like it's usually an in-game leader. Like Sponge used to do it a lot. Sponge at a certain point in games would just be like, all right, you know, I'm done with my teammates not going when I want them to, so I'm just gonna go. Kerrigan used to do it at times with TSM back in the day.
Nice.
And Astralis, I guess.
Yeah, I totally see what you mean. Is that not a good sign? I guess. So, to be honest, it's not really.
Listen, I don't know if that's the reason. I could be completely wrong, but that is.
No, it makes sense to me. Like I can absolutely sympathize with that. I mean, some people sometimes, like the players will not have the same vision that you do for a round as well, for how a certain spot's going to be played. So, and Freiburg getting the entries. I mean, that's what he's good at. That's what he can do effectively. Cello though, an effective rifler, effectively finding the bomb and follow-up kills with the aid of PKL. And now there's nothing left here, nothing standing for Optic. They've all been swept away like a grain of sand in the breeze.
That was a very weird hit from Optic, because the player who had the bomb just kind of walks out nonchalantly first, way ahead of his team. And that one kill is just like, okay, you're not going to get much after that. A well-timed smoke from Luminosity as well covered up the choke point. So Just difficult stuff, and Optic is going to take a time out. I think maybe they're deciding if they have to buy, and they're going to go for it. So I'm assuming what happened there is they said, yes, we're going to buy, and then we're going to take a time out to discuss what we are going to do, because it's going to be 3 AKs. Freiburg will have utility. Magisk has a smoke. Mixwell will have maybe a flashbang. It'll be HS and Alu who have to like drop down to pistols or UMP or something in order to get the utility necessary for the team. And that means an R8. I love it.
Oh my god. It's happening again.
How much did he spend? Ali spent 1,800.
Ali's back at it again.
Flashbang.
So $600.
Armor.
Yeah, 600.
600.
Ali is back at it again. Back to the revolver shenanigans. He's got some friends teasing the barrel. That's probably why he's got it. Maybe he's just got like ADD. He just needs to like be pressing things, doing things.
I just love how Bardoff's actually trigger fight.
Does look awesome though.
Oh yes!
Oh, he's robbed from the second one.
Ooh. But that first headshot was stellar.
If they aren't juking you or dodging in any way, it's actually nuts how good it is. Because it does so much damage. Look how the running accuracy is. God, sick damage from Ali. Oh,
no.
He's going for the finish. That looked on as well, but I guess it was not.
Okay, I need to check the moving.
It does. If the moving accuracy is OP, then I might start using it. But probably not, because why would
I was
you,
about to say, I
I
love how we've actually turned this meme into Dan using the R8.
the thing is though, like, the Deagle is too much of my friend. I'm too much of a friend of the Deagle, so
The Deagle hates me.
I can't do it.
It absolutely hates me.
It's always
Deagle's back for Bardoff.
It's always been a thing for me.
Terrorists win.
I missed the Source and 1.6 Deagles though. I do prefer those. Those were amazing.
Well, everyone misses the Source Deagle because
Source
it's the
Deagle.
easiest gun in the game to
It's
use.
so good.
Stay there.
It's so good. The thing is that the hitboxes were like massive, like so much bigger, and the head hitbox was massive as well in that game. So
I don't think I met anyone who played Source who couldn't use the Deagle. That's the problem with it.
I loved it. Right, well we have Ali pressure from Optic. Eventually, when that smoke goes away, there'll be Ali pressure from Optic. Ali's trying to get a look in here towards the outside, and he has spotted the player. He has fragged the player. Ali's in the action. He's out of the action. Freiburg is going for those entry frags again. Charge in from Ali. And there Kiss with the spraying of the FAMAS. The French gun is providing great results. That might be the round here for Optic if they can't somehow find a frag onto Nekis. He's on the bomb at the moment. They're going to try to surround the players. Ali gets some value here. Not for too much longer though.
Ali runs the gauntlet down that lane. Holy hell. He's out in the open. Oh, that'd be a good kill to get, and he's got it. It's against the Deagle now. Oh, the M4 is salvaged. So low HP. That's unfortunate. Trying to make a break for the B bomb site once he got the bomb. It's not going to happen. But, I mean, again, LG just barely hold on. This might be another situation where Optic decides to keep up the pressure and buy again. Just because they have the money low. It will be interesting to see. That'd be aggressive use of a gun.
So the running accuracy of the R8 left click is slightly better than the current running accuracy of the Tech 9. But the running accuracy of the right click is by far the worst.
In the game?
Of the pistols, at least.
Okay.
So how good was, sorry, how good was the running accuracy? It was.
So for the Tech 9, it's 10.71. For the R8, it is 9.02.
Oh, so it's good.
Yeah.
Although the Tech 9 was nerfed a lot, right? It was much better before. It's like 6 or 5 or
I think it was like 5.8 before,
just something
if I
ridiculous.
remember correctly. But if you're going to get a headshot, which is what you need to land with the left click, that's the question.
Yeah.
How inaccurate is it at a certain range compared to the size of someone's head is the question.
That's not a good start. Scout HUD shot onto Cello. There it is again. Freiburg's got it this time. It's Alu's, but he's going better with it.
Oh man, is it actually a thing? Optic trying to make it a thing.
I love it.
I don't understand.
The thing is, even if you shoot someone in the chest, right, with a deagle, they might have like 45 HP left. Now they've got 15 HP left.
Yeah, it's actually insane.
So that is quite significant. It's like a, I mean, you could use it essentially like a cheap scout.
I mean, I can understand on this map because the accuracy must be nuts, right? It must be really accurate long range.
Yeah, it's basically a sniper rifle.
Well, okay, then it makes a lot of sense on this map.
All I'm saying is, as soon as pros put some time in with it and learn how to time the wind up, shoulder peek is going to be bonkers.
Oh no. That's, oh, please no. That sounds so horrible.
So the fatal headshot range of, let's see. Okay. Where's Desert Eagle at? The fatal headshot range of a Desert Eagle, I mean, these statistics go beyond the max length of pretty much any map, but is, of the Desert Eagles, just shy of 2,200 units, right? The fatal headshot range of an R8 is just shy of 10,000 units. Literally 5 times the range. So there you go. It's a sniper rifle.
Yes.
Oh my god. I bet everyone who's watching this broadcast is going to bust out the R8.
Not me.
I will. It's going to take me a month though because I have to wait till I go home.
You're not going to do that.
It's going to take me a month to go home. I'll probably
You
forgot-
won't. You're
I'll
not
forgot
going
by
to.
then.
Exactly. You're
The-
going to. It's going to be a complete.
The major issue is I just enjoy the deagle too much, so that's the problem.
We did have an R8 show match at one point at one of the tournaments, and it was so much fun for like 6 rounds. And then you're just like, oh my god.
Please stop.
I don't want to use this weapon anymore.
Magic's found himself a pretty good movement there and a bit of lag, but it's okay. The internet has not, is still fine. The internet's fine, don't worry guys.
Yeah, it's just our connection to the Go TV. The players are not impacted. Fear not. The integrity of the game has not been compromised.
Nor the integrity of the internet.
You've been interneting since 1999, Dan.
I have, yeah. Been interneting a lot
You've been logged on.
since then. That dial-up sound was satisfying somehow. In a grotesque sort of banshee whale-like situation. It's a pretty awful sound, isn't it?
It's not ideal.
But we had ISDN most of the time. Single ISDN.
Well, Optic taking pretty firm control. Saving those 2 M4s for Luminosity is actually a pretty big deal down the stretch of this game to make sure that they can even fight into this round. Otherwise, it would have been suspect. So they can go into it with, I believe, 5 M4s and actually really nice utility. Deckers is a bit low, but I think he'll be able to live.
Just gets straight out there, gets a catch onto Cello. Now he's going to be diving forwards, but all he's going to be doing is diving into the concrete. So now it's HS who's arrived onto the scene. The bomb now slowly making its way out to main. Somewhat of a disjointed push coming in here from Optic, but they have got the opening kills that they need to keep the action going.
Ekka's got baited in the repeat, and Alu is ready for it. This is such a sick job from Optic. They've been, actually this T side, they've done a really good job of having success with a lot of that fast-paced early pressure, whether it's coming out mid or coming out ladder room, finding a pick. And then, I mean, this round they just slowed things down, and they were like, all right, let's wait for the response. What does Yell do here?
That's a good question. He needs to find a second person. This is really annoying because he needs to find 2 at once. Okay, here we go. Now this is it. But how does he get both kills?
I think he wants to ninja this, I'm not going to lie to you.
That would be awesome.
This is...
But
I don't know, it's how it's humanly... Okay.
He is standing in the open. HS must be just thinking, what the hell is going on? That was hilarious. That's the problem for Yell is just there's no real good option there. You need to get 2 at once who are unaware of your position. I mean, it's no good just getting a kill there and just immediately dying. I respect that he was playing to win the round. I respect that. You gotta respect that. You gotta respect it.
14 to 11, Optic. They're getting closer.
They are.
I mean, you can fair to say they're pretty close right now.
They are.
Only pistols offered of Luminosity, literally nothing else. Literally nothing else. Round should be a formality, and it's most certainly looking that way. Magic's test will be included as part of that formality. And there we go. It is match point to Optic. Last chance saloon for Luminosity.
Op is out in Yale's hands. This is probably one of the more powerful buys they've had. They've had 5 M4s in the last one, but the utility is a bit better, and obviously the Op can provide so much, especially to some of that early pressure. Problem is, if LG wants to make a comeback and win 4 straight to force overtime, there's so much money built up on the Optic side, they can buy entirely through the losing bonus. I don't think Optic will have to save for the rest of this half. Nice nade, but Showtime, that's not a shoulder peek, and Alu, now that he's in this position, they don't smoke low ramp. You don't smoke it, you don't touch it. CTs have to do it, and he's there to be able to pick off.
Quickly down. Optic got in a strong position to pretty much shut it all down. Shut it down. You know, one of these two. Oh, right on the top of his head. Dude.
Oh. Oh, God.
He got his neck packed in. Neck is dead. And that is going to bring today's Counter-Strike to a close. Optic will go 1-for-1 after losing Nuke. So they will get some points on the board after all.
On the board. Yes, Optic have done it. They've managed to win both. Well, split maps actually. They've managed to win train.
Yeah, we just said
but,
that.
But yes, it's a split map situation indeed, and it's not the most ideal thing in the world. I'm curious to see how the leaderboard's going to look after all is said and done. But it's weird with Luminosity because I do see a lot of promise from them as a team. But they're sort of, sometimes it feels like they're taking a step backwards, but generally I'm feeling like they are moving forwards as a team, and I'm excited for their prospects.
Yeah, they impressed me much better than I expected to see them today, especially just even on an individual level. Some of the players looked solid, and some of the decisions